Yo, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. It's another day. It's 1:32 p.m. Pacific time. It's Saturday, January 17th, 2026. Let's get to it. It is Texas cities locals say are no longer worth moving to. On number one, Houston, once celebrated as a powerhouse of opportunity in the energy sector, Houston now faces a troubling combination of economic struggles and safety concerns that have residents reconsidering their future in the city. A December 2025 ranking placed Houston dead last among 50 Texas cities for desirability, a shocking fall for what was once considered a land of endless possibilities. Crime statistics paint a worrying picture with property crimes and violent incidents rising in several neighborhoods across the sprawling metropolis. Affordability has become a major sticking point for Houston families. This city now holds the unfortunate distinction of having the highest poverty rate among America's largest cities, with more than 1 in 5 residents living at or below the federal poverty line. Housing costs continue to climb even as job opportunities in traditional industries shrink, creating a painful squeeze for working class households trying to make ends meet. Traffic congestion remains a daily nightmare for commuters, with some residents spending 2 hours or more in their cars each day. The city's humid subtropical climate brings intense heat and frequent flooding, adding to the challenges of everyday life, while Houston's cultural diversity and world class medical facilities remain strong points. Many locals feel these advantages no longer outweigh the mounting difficulties. Neighborhoods that once felt safe and welcoming now residents installing security systems and avoiding evening walks. Young professionals who move to Houston for career opportunities are increasingly looking elsewhere, seeking cities that offer better quality of life without sacrificing their financial security or personal safety. Moving on to the next one. And in the next one, you see a different city in Texas, by the way. It's number two, Dallas. Dallas residents are voicing frustration about their city's direction, with a November 2025 survey revealing satisfaction levels significantly lower than those in other major Texas metros. What once was a thriving business hub with a sophisticated urban core now struggles with identity and livability issues that have locals questioning whether to stay or seek greener pastures. The gap between Dallas' reputation and its current reality has never felt wider to those who call it home. Housing affordability has spiraled out of control in desirable neighborhoods, pushing middle class families further from city centers and into lengthy commutes. Job opportunities, while still present, no longer offer the competitive advantage they once did as other Texas cities catch up in attracting major employers. Safety concerns have creeped into conversations at neighborhood meetings and backyard barbecues, with residents noting changes in areas that were previously considered secure. The summer heat in Dallas can be relentless, with temperatures regularly soaring above 100 degrees and putting strain on both infrastructure and residents' electric bills. Public transportation remains limited compared to other major American cities, forcing most residents into a car dependency and traffic headaches that come with it. Cultural amenities and entertainment options, while improving, still lag behind what many expect from a city of Dallas' size and economic clout. Many longtime Dallas residents describe a sense of disconnection from their city as rapid development prioritized luxury condos over community spaces. The promise of a cosmopolitan lifestyle that attracted young professionals a decade ago now feels hollow to many who struggle with basic quality of life issues in their daily routines. Moving on to the next one, number three, Austin. Austin's reputation is a quirky, creative haven where musicians and tech workers live harmoniously. It has collided with harsh economic realities between 2023 and 2024. Population growth slowed to a mere 0.4%, and a dramatic shift for a city once led the that once led the nation in attracting newcomers. The affordability crisis has fundamentally transformed Austin's character, pricing out the artists and creative types who gave the city its unique flavor. Rent prices in central Austin neighborhoods have skyrocketed beyond the reach of average earners, forcing longtime residents to relocate to suburbs or leave the area entirely. The tech boom that brought prosperity also brought congestion, with traffic on Interstate 35 becoming a source of daily misery for commuters. What locals celebrated once celebrated as a small town charm within a big city has been replaced by construction cranes and luxury developments that feel disconnected from Austin's roots. Summer temperatures have grown increasingly brutal, with heat waves stretching longer each year and putting pressure on an aging electrical grid. The Colorado River, which feeds the beloved Lady Bird Lake, faces ongoing water management challenges that raise questions about long-term sustainability. Live music venues at heart of Austin's cultural identity struggle to survive as property values and operating costs surge beyond sustainable levels. Newcomers arriving with high-paying remote jobs have inadvertently driven up costs for everyone, creating tension between Old Austin and New Austin. The city's famous motto to keep Austin weird now feels like a nostalgic memory rather than a living reality for residents watching their beloved hometown transform into just another expensive tech hub. Moving on to the next one, moving on to number 4. Fort Worth. Fort Worth's population surge past Austin to become Texas' fourth largest city has brought unexpected growth pains that have some residents questioning the city's direction. While growth often signals prosperity, rapid expansion without corresponding infrastructure improvements has created frustration among those who cherish Fort Worth's more manageable pace. The city's strong ties to Western heritage and cowboy culture, once a defining charm, now feel limiting to residents seeking more diverse cultural experiences. Entertainment and nightlife options remain sparse compared to neighboring Dallas, leaving young professionals feeling like they're missing out on the vibrant urban lifestyle they expected. The Stockyards district, while popular with tourists, can feel more like a theme park than an authentic representation of modern Fort Worth life. Public transit options lag far behind what residents of a city this size typically expect, making car ownership a necessity rather than a choice. Summer heat combines with limited tree canopy in many neighborhoods to create uncomfortable outdoor conditions for much of the year. Job opportunities, while growing, tend to concentrate in specific sectors, leaving workers in other fields with fewer options than they might find elsewhere. Housing costs have risen steadily as more people discover Fort Worth, but wages haven't kept pace, squeezing middle income families. Cultural institutions and museums, though improving, still can't match the depth and variety found in other major Texas cities. Many residents describe feeling stuck between Fort Worth's traditional identity and aspirations for a more cosmopolitan future, creating an awkward transition period that satisfies neither vision completely. All right, moving on to number 5. Number 5 is San Antonio. San Antonio's charm as a historic city with strong cultural roots has been overshadowed by concerning economic trends and declining population numbers. Recent studies show population change of negative 0.80%, placing it among the fastest declining cities in Texas and signaling deep-seated issues that are driving residents away. The Riverwalk, while beautiful and tourist-friendly, can mask the underlying challenges facing everyday San Antonians trying to build stable lives. Job opportunities lag behind other major cities with fewer corporate headquarters and limited diversity in employment sectors. Wages tend to run lower than in Houston, Dallas, or Austin, making it harder for families to achieve financial security even with a slightly lower cost of living. Educational outcomes in public schools vary widely by neighborhood, creating anxiety for parents trying to give their children the best possible start. The summer heat can be oppressive, with high humidity adding to the discomfort and driving up cooling costs for months on end. Public transportation options remain limited, forcing most residents into a car dependency and the associated expenses, while San Antonio's Mexican American heritage creates a rich cultural tapestry economic opportunities have kept pace with the city's population needs. Haven't kept pace. Healthcare access, despite the presence of military medical facilities, can be challenging for civilian residents without strong insurance coverage. Many young professionals who grew up in San Antonio chose to leave for cities with stronger job markets and higher earning potential, creating a brain drain that further hampers economic development and innovation in the region. All right, moving on to number 6. Lubbock. Lubbock's location on the flat plains of West Texas gives it a stark, isolated character that many newcomers find difficult to embrace. Wind shifts across the landscape with relentless intensity, creating dust storms that quote everything in fine grit and making outdoor activities unpleasant for much of the year. All right, moving on to number 7, Beaumont. Beaumont's economy has struggled since the decline of its once thriving petrochemical industry, leaving the city searching for a new identity and economic foundation. Located in southeast Texas, now near the Louisiana border, the city faces the dual challenges of economic stagnation and environmental concerns relating to the industrial pollution. All right, moving on to number 8, Odessa. Odessa's future fortunes rise and fall with oil prices, creating a boom and bust cycle that makes long-term planning literally impossible for residents. When oil is booming, the city buzzes with activity and high-paying jobs, but when prices drop, layoffs sweep through the community like a West Texas dust storm. Moving on to number 9, Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi's position on the Gulf Coast should make it a paradise, but the reality falls short of the postcard image many newcomers imagine. The beaches, while accessible, can't compete with the wide sands and clear waters found in Florida or California destinations, leaving some residents disappointed with the murky brown water and seaweed-strewn shores. All right, great. And now the last one, number 10, Amarillo. Amarillo sits isolated on the high plains of Texas Panhandle, where fierce winds and extreme weather create challenging living conditions year-round. All right, great. Y'all, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Again, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, comment down below, let me know what you think. Follow me on Instagram, the Studio Lemon, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, great.